Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. It's Tuesday, February the 28th. We have one more day left, and it was going to be March on Thursday. It's hard to believe time is flying by. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. Remember their motto, a year's effort is worth a lifetime of rewards. It's 767-5500. Give those folks a call for any of your educational needs. It's a lot warmer this morning than it was yesterday. It was just wet and cold yesterday. It was a lot colder than it really seemed. Right now it's 58 degrees here, 58 also in Mariana, 60 in Apalachicola, and 59 in Vernon. So you can see all throughout the Panhandle, we're all in the high 50s. High today, we'll get into the 70s, maybe 71 or 72 here on the coast. Low tonight will be even warmer than it is now, be 61. Water temperature dropped a degree, it's down to 60 degrees, so it's really hovering between 60 and 62 for the past week. So we're in a little cool current right now. Just as soon as one of those warm currents comes through, we're going to be seeing some cobia. Sunset tonight will be at 5:41. Now, boating forecast is not bad. It's coming east-southeast at 7 to 14 knots, seas 2 to 4. Now, right now the wind's just blowing, I checked it 3 miles an hour. Okay, let's take a look at our tide right here. Our tide is really, we've got about a 1 foot range this morning. Low tide, we've already had low tide, so the tide is coming in. And looking at this red line right here is where the tide is, and yellow is during the daylight hours. It's going to be high at 109 right after lunch. Blue is at nighttime, and that red line right here is where we are right now. So you see the tide is coming in about lunchtime. Then it's going to start dropping off. All right. So we're looking at St. Joe's low tide. High tide is at 142. They're about 40 minutes after us. So good incoming tide this morning. Got, like I say, about a 1 foot range. All right. That takes care of our weather, and we'll be right back.
Your vision is precious. If an emergency arises, you don't want to be sitting in a hospital waiting room. Accidents and injuries can happen outside of your workday. That's why our team of physicians provide emergency eye care to our patients anytime, day or night. You can count on your local experts in eye care to be there for you whenever you need us. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Come join the Panhandle Outdoors team. Beat the rush and stock up on our team shirts and hats in a wide variety of colors and sizes. For your convenience, we offer a Panhandle Outdoors shop at panhandleoutdoors.net. Simply visit our website and click shop. Be a member of the Panhandle Outdoors team, Florida's only live daily outdoor show.
Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is Panama City's exclusive full-line dealership, built on a 45-year foundation of trust and total customer satisfaction in all departments, including our huge pre-owned department, where we'll pay top dollar for your current automobile as a trade-in, or we'll place your vehicle on our lot and help you sell it. At Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. 4 decades, 3 generations, 1 tradition.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Okay, welcome back. Well, I was at the Sportsman Expo this past weekend. I was able to talk to all kind of different people on all kind of different subjects on the outdoors, and really had a great time. So I want to bring some of that back and share with you. One of the guys I talked to was Chris Anderson. He's with FWC, and he's their cartographer, or in other words, he makes the maps on all of the different base systems throughout the state and shows the boat ramps and all. If you notice, a lot of the ones we have, like the St. Andrew Bay system, it just shows sort of a bland 2-color map, and they're in the process now. He was showing what all they're doing. They're in process now, making it more graphic and he's working on the Escambia Bay and Choctawhatchee Bay, coming on over towards St. Andrew Bay and St. Joe Bay. And it's really fascinating what he's doing. So I had a good little interview with him. So I'm going to share this interview with him. You'll see sort of what we're talking about, and I think you'll appreciate the work. He's been doing this quite some time now. So let's watch this for a minute. We're over at the FWC booth, and it's really interesting. You know, when you see these maps and all right here, well, someone is in charge that got this started. And years ago, a young man by Chris Anderson. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, how are you doing?
All right, he's with FWC, went to school at Florida State, and
Yep.
he started his job in, you said, 1994?
1994, and I've been here ever since.
Well, this is interesting. I love these boating and angling guides, so I want you to tell our viewers sort of what goes on in your projects you have coming on. So just go ahead and tell us.
What our boating guides are is a publication out of the Fish and Wildlife Research Institute in St. Petersburg, Florida. We started back in 1993 with the Tampa Bay Boating and Angling Guide, and we've moved since then. We have almost the whole entire state done. We're doing everything from starting to Duval County around through the Keys. In fact, we have 3 guides for the Keys, and then we're coming up and we've gone all the way through Pensacola. So one of the projects here is, like, for example, we have a draft map here of Panama City, which is our newest guide that we're getting ready to work on. So what we do is we start out with a draft map like this, which, as you can see, is just very basic. So we have, for example, here we have our artificial reefs. We list our boat ramps, and we also list our fishing piers and some of our natural resources, such as our seagrasses and our salt marsh. Our next goal then is to come to an area like this where I go through and create sample sheets where for here we've got our fishing piers and our boat ramps. So now I'll go through and I'll verify the information that we have to make sure it's correct. For example, is the ramp really still a gravel ramp or has it been updated? Make sure all the other pieces of information that the boaters and anglers would use, whether or not that's still current. We'll also take pictures of the ramps and piers so that we can use those for putting online or for even going to oil spill stuff if we have to. In case of the Gulf oil spill, we use some of the information we collected off of these guides there. We then bring that back into the office and I perform my graphical magic and consulting with some local experts within the area. And we may start with a map such as this. And in this case, I'm going to show you, here's one for the East Coast, and it starts to look like this.
So we're sort of progressing. These will be our new maps, and sort of new graphics and all, a lot more.
Yeah, we include a lot of other things here. So, for example, we have some information on safe boating. We try and give some users an idea of what are some of the popular sport fish within the area, some boating safety education. But then this type of information here becomes some of the most important because, for example, we have fishing piers, which we're finding is one of our more important pieces of information people are getting from here. Yeah. Some of our artificial reef locations, as well as our DEP clean marinas, which is a project we're trying to promote with DEP for those marinas that go above and beyond the call of duty for making sure that oil and gas doesn't spill into the water, keeping the area clean, going through some additional processes to make it into the clean marina status. And then we also have our boat ramp information here. So there's a lot of wealth of information here, both on the map side, and then as if I show here where we're coming. This, for example, is Escambia and Santa Rosa, which is the next one I'm getting ready to work on and just doing an update of it. So as you can see, we have the map site here, but if I turn this over, we have a lot of additional text information. So some of it's generic, but some of it's pretty specific, like, for example, diving knee risking off of Pensacola, which is very unique to this area. So it's a very interesting process. We work with a lot of really good people, and I've gotten to see a lot of Florida doing this project.
I bet you have seen a lot of neat sights and all, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Seen some bald eagles, all sorts of natural wildlife. Coming into the military side, getting to see all the planes and stuff fly around. Just some unique things that you don't normally get to see in Florida by just staying in one area.
Okay, so you're working now. We're going to finish at Escambia Bay, then you work on into St. Andrew Bay.
Right. So Escambia County and Santa Rosa is just an update. So we're going to be trying to make that available online through myfwc.com and through Escambia County, and then we're going to be working fully within the Panama City, so that's going to be Bay County Guide, and that'll be available by the end of the month, or the end of the year, I'm sorry. And we should be making that available. myfwc.com, you can go to research, publications, and all of our guides there, not just the Panhandle here, but any ones within the state are available on that site.
All right, great job. Appreciate you doing it, Chris.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Chris Anderson with FWC.
Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our 2 locations on Thomas Drive and Tyndall Parkway.
When you're looking for sales, parts, and service for your outboard all in one location, you're looking for BJ's Marine. You're authorized Tohatsu and Nissan dealer. BJ's Marine does it all. They have outboard parts and a service center and used motor sales too. Tohatsu, reliable, dependable, fuel efficient, and lightweight. Tohatsu Outboards, technology for the next generation. BJ's Marine, 1317 Transmitter Road since 1991.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed. They build dairy feed. They make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want over to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy it at almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Clay O'Neill's Land Clearing. When you need land clearing, pond digging, road building, or any type of excavation, Clay O'Neill's Land Clearing is fully equipped to handle it. If the job is big or small, he covers it all. Serving the Florida Panhandle from Madison County to Escambia County. He's just a phone call away. Hey, thanks, Clay, for another job well done.
Okay, coming up later in the show now, we're going to do the drawing for the wildlife feeder. All these people entered over at the show, so we're going to do the drawing in just a minute. But first, I want to remind you of the free turkey hunt will be given away in western Kentucky at the Cumberland River Lodge. So register for that for the next about 2 more weeks, and we'll be giving that away. And that season will be running April 14th through May 6th. Western Kentucky Spring Turkey Hunt at the Cumberland River Lodge. Be sure to put on the entrance that you want to enter the turkey hunt. Now, I'm still getting entrance for the regular drawing that goes in a pickle jar, so go ahead and differentiate, okay? Now, also coming on later this week, I'm going to have some DOA. We're going to give away some DOA shrimp. I got a lot of it to give away, different kind of prizes for that. So all kind of stuff coming up. Now, this next little interview, this is fascinating. This was on whitetails. They bring a trailer in, and what it is a top 20 all-time record whitetails taken in North America. And what's fascinating to me, first of all, was just a massive size of these, and each one of these, now these are replicas, but each 7 out of those 20 were actual sheds that they found. They were able to put on a deer head. And the thing about it, some of those deer never were seen in their lifetime, but they did find the sheds, and it did count because they were able to actually grade it and all. So these are some whitetails that were taken throughout the year. Some were up in Canada, some in Ohio and Illinois, just different ones, but they were massive. And these folks who were presenting it, they're from Milton, and it's Ray and Linda Patterson. They're from Milton. They'll travel around with a trailer. A great display. If you're interested in it, I'll give you their phone number later. So let's roll this video here, Tom. Milton, and they have a really unique setup here at the show. It's called Wild Whitetails. So Ray, tell us about what's going on.
Well, we're carrying around a display of 20 of the world record deer. They're replicas of the original deer, and we carry it around. It's like a mini museum. We go from town to town displaying it. We do all sorts of events, and it's just simply a museum of deer, and most people don't have an idea of what these deer can grow like and look like in real life. So they're really amazed when they come out of there at what they're seeing. So
well, we're going to go in the trailer and look at them. I just saw someone outside. It's fascinating and all. And now you also help out a lot, right?
Oh yes. we give we'll do little tours for kids and anybody who's really interested. We kind of show them what the deer actually do. You know, a lot of people don't know that they drop their antlers, and so we've got a deer over here that we can pull the antlers out and let the kids hold them, or whoever's interested hold the antlers and feel what they feel like. And then we've also got little discs that we've cut up so that they can
Oh,
they can
yeah,
actually see what it looks like inside,
Cool.
you know, inside the antler.
Very good. Very good. Well, then why don't we go inside and let's take a look at some of these, okay? Well, I first walked in, the first word is wow. And you said that's what a lot of people say, right?
Yes, sir, it is. People are totally amazed when they see these deer and how their antlers can grow. And imagine these deer. This is the mooring buck right here. We're looking at 279 inches of horns, and this is just how he came out of the forest. This deer grows these antlers in about 2 months' time, and people just can't believe that that happens. Shed them and grow new. We bring students through here all the time, bring kids through, and I show them about these deer being, they're the best of the best, nutritional and health-wise, and that's why they're like this. What this is a trailer full of 20 of the biggest ever taken from the wild or found shed horns. We have some killed by mountain lions. We have some that are just shed horns found, put on mounts. But they're really spectacular, and people are really amazed when they come in.
I noticed you got a lot of names on them, like in Missouri and Log and Sidewinder. Over here, the Chippewa buck. That's areas you found.
What we have is we are sponsored by Safari Club International. Safari Club International put these plaques on here, and their official scores scored each of these deer and gave them the number of points they have as far as inches of horn.
And you got the Boone and Crockett scores on there too.
The Boone and Crockett and the Safari Club International scores.
That's amazing.
So they're pretty cool.
That is amazing.
There's a real interesting thing about each deer has its own story. This deer here, this Iowa Phantom, he was found, his shed horns found on the farmer's farm. For 3 seasons in a row he found his shed horns, yet the deer has never been seen by anybody, and no one's even claimed in the community to have seen him out the window of a truck or anything else. So it's hard to believe that something that big can be wandering around your farm year after year
and never
get to see him, just find his horns.
Wow. What do we have next over here?
Cauliflower buck. What happens with these deer is sometimes different things happen. Either the pedicle where the deer's horns grow, or something happens to the deer in velvet. He might get a disease, he might get a tick on it, he might get something kind of fence injury, but it makes their horns grow different during that tender stage where they're growing, and that's why they turn out the way they do.
Wow. So, a lot of these are Canadian deer, but I noticed this one over here. This is a huge buck out of Illinois.
Yep. That is a Brett Herbeck buck. That was killed by a 15-year-old boy. He did hold the world record in typical rack.
Oh, man.
209 inches of horns on him. A 15-year-old Amish boy, him and his brother had witnessed the buck 3 different seasons. In the 3rd season, he got him with a black powder gun.
What a great story.
Yeah, it's just something else. At 15 years old, you're going to be hard to top that.
And this one is taken by a mountain lion in Montana. Wow.
And this deer, yeah, he was found covered up, you know, waiting for a mountain lion to come back with mountain lion tracks all over him. His horns were so spectacular that the hunter brought him out of the woods. So.
Wow.
And this is the Ed Kopp buck. He holds the world record for mass amount of horns. That's called palmation when their horns grow like that. And it's usually about 5.5 years old or older before they ever start to palm out like that. So some of these bucks are as many as 12 to 17 years old. They aged them as when they killed them, so, or found their horns, whatever. So.
Wow. This is quite a collection. So if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
Well, we're on the internet at wildwhitetails.net.
Okay.
It would be the best way. And it has contact information in there. We have phone numbers and email addresses. And we actually have, it's a really nice site. It shows all these deer in individual photos so you can actually go through and see them. You just click on the different toolbars. Wow. And we try to book sporting events, boat shows. We're doing a lot of fairs. We were at Pensacola International Fair, Georgia National Fair. So we do a lot of the shows and do a lot of the training for the kids and all that stuff. We really have a lot of fun with it, is basically what.
We're just going to show a couple more, but this brow tine, tell us about that.
Well, that was a found deer out of Indiana, and that deer actually was never killed or anything. Someone just found him dead. He died of natural causes, they believe. But he holds the world record for brow tine length. He's got 17-inch long brow tine is his longest one. So he's in the record book for that. It's just amazing. It's amazing.
How long are those brow tines?
17 inches. And
there's one more up here, out in Illinois. That's just a huge, like a double racket.
Yes, it is. He's Richard Pauley harvested that deer, and he's famous for his having 2 sets of horns on him. Something else. That's 267 inches of horn. That's a lot of horns. So.
That's amazing. Okay, look, this has been Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's what people say when they come out. That's incredible. That's awesome. They just can't believe it. Deer actually grow horns that big.
I know.
And these are all out of the wild.
Yeah.
And we have nothing from a high fence or raised deer in here.
Good point. Good point.
It's pretty spectacular. Like I said, 7 of them are just shed horns that were found. So
Yeah.
a lot of these deer never get seen by man, period,
Yeah.
unless they're in this trailer to see them. So
Great story. Ray, thank you so much.
All right.
All right, Ray Patterson.
When you think of a successful hunting season, 2 things come to mind: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and C&G Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. C&G stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short track and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and C&G, the best there is. Home of the experts.
What's more important in a side-by-side RTV? Is it speed and agility, or is it versatility and dependability? When getting out of the woods is more important than getting into the woods, there is only one name to remember: Kubota. With true commercial-grade construction in the chassis and drivetrain, Kubota gives you the dependability, power, and torque you need to get the job done. Kubota builds work tools, not play toys.
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAM certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your business.
The greatest investment we can all make is in the lives of our children and grandchildren.
To help you invest for retirement, handle your IRA rollover, protect your family with life or long-term care insurance, call my dad for an appointment at his new office on Wilson Avenue behind Lowe's. And he'll give you a copy of his most recent book, 7 Steps to Serious Money. For free! Walter Woodrick, your serious money advisor!
Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at Express Lane Fish and Game forecast for today. We're looking at this morning from 4:26 to 6:26, and this evening or late this afternoon, 4:51 to 6:51. That's right there. Sun's going to set right in between that time this afternoon, so it'll be a nice day to be outdoors. That's brought to us by Express Lane, American owned, American operated. Hope you enjoyed that video. It's fascinating. All those were natural bucks. One was taken by a 15-year-old with a muzzle loader in one shot. So and then the ones that palmed out like that. And I learned something too. I didn't realize the deer would get that old. They said they aged some of them from 12 to 17 years old. I always thought the general lifespan around here is 5 to 7 years. Down here, I think in a heavily hunted area it probably is. But some of those were never seen by man. That, just like I said, found the sheds. Okay, now. Let's get our drawing, okay? And I've got so many in here, I think on a fair thing, I brought a bag. I'm going to dump all these into this bag right here, so I'm going to let you watch me do it, see how many we had over the weekend. A lot of people came by. In fact, we had to sort of stack them in there. And a lot of people came by the booth and entered. So we're going to put them all in this bag and shake them up. This will be for that Wildlife Feeder by Moultrie Feeders, okay? And now we're going to shake them up real good. We're going to draw out one name, and the lucky winner is, okay, Matt Carroll. Matt Carroll. All right, Matt, give us a call and claim your prize. I'll put you right over here. Appreciate you entering. Appreciate everybody else entering. Now, we still can enter the regular pickle jar drawing at any time. All right. Now, we also have this tarpon workshop. I've been talking about it a couple of days. I'm really interested in it, and that's why I keep bringing it up. I'm going to go. I'm actually going tomorrow. Got some people going with me, it looks like, and we're really looking forward to it. But tonight they're going to do it over in East Point, and all you ever want to know about a tarpon, we're going to have the marine biologist there from University of Miami. It's a free sign-up. It's from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Fathom Steam Room and Oyster Bar right there in Carabel. Okay, so if you're interested in that, that's tonight. Now, tomorrow will be during the day, and this will be in East Point, some of the same folks will be there, and it's going to be a little more detail from what they were telling me, and it's going to be at an Apalachicola National Estuarine Research Reserve right there in East Point, and they'll be going over all different things on tarpon. Okay, speaking of all kind of things going on, I'm going to show you this picture here because I got word yesterday that the squid are in. People are catching squid. They're little. These are some of the ugliest creatures I think we have. They're fascinating. They're so ugly, but folks love to catch them off the city marina down here, off different places. But they're all catching some now. So the word is out that the squid are in. They're not catching a lot. They're not catching a lot of big ones, and some of them they're telling me are a little standoffish. By that they're meaning they're not quite coming in, not quite being aggressive as they normally would be. All right. Got an email here. Let me share with you real quick. From Doug Lurie. Hey, Winston, our hunting season finally over, and I'm catching up on many things so I can get ready to go fishing. We understand this is a good time to do that. My passion is pompano fishing, and which is coming soon. He wanted to know, did the beach renourishment go all the way to the pier at the state park? If not, it should be really good fishing. Most of the beach fishing I do is along Thomas Drive. Okay, they did do some renourishing along Thomas Drive, but they did not get into the state park this year. So it should be really good pompano fishing at the state park in St. Andrew, and also over at Camp Helen should be some good pompano fishing. So thank you for that email, and good luck on your pompano fishing. Okay, we will have several more things too. Tomorrow now I'm going to have Students of the Month, and they're going to be on. Also, I will have on Thursday I'm going to do the final interview of the show. We're going to do that with DOA, and we're going to actually give away. He gave me some really nice fishing tackle to give away and share with y'all. So we'll be doing that Thursday. So also I have I'm going to get some interviews tomorrow on tarpon. So we've been working really hard to bring you a really good show and some fresh and exciting information on a daily basis. So hope you enjoy it. I certainly enjoy bringing it to you. I'm going to have to wrap up. I'll catch you up tomorrow on some of this stuff I didn't cover today. So listen, you do something good for somebody today, and sometime during the course of the day, get outdoors and just enjoy the outdoors. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.